What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video preview. Today we are going to take a look at two figures from Threezero, which is Cobra Commander and Destro. And if you are interested in these figures, head over to bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below. $4 shipping for these two items, and you can put them on Pile of Loot. So if you want to ship them together or other items, you only pay $4, plus they double box your item. So let's take a look at these guys. Now I do have Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, and honestly I want to complete this line. As a young kid, this is my cartoon, G.I. Joe, and I collected those 6-inch figures back in the day. And I remember we didn't have enough money to buy those or to buy the main characters. So normally I would buy, my mom would buy me the clearance thingies, the characters that no one knows about. So, and I never had Storm Shadow or Snake Eyes. I always had the figures that no one knows their name. So I would buy that. But now I can pretty much buy these guys at, you know what? And honestly, one thing I do like about Threezero is that their pricing is pretty good. Now with these figures, they're not top of the line. They are mostly representing the cartoon. So like Cobra Commander does not have a face. The tailoring, decent. You know, I wouldn't say it's top notch, but honestly, they don't have to be. I'm more happy about the price than how it looks, because how it looks is, again, we're basing it off a cartoon, and if we're basing it off the Threezero Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, the quality of those figures are more than enough for what the price that they initially were. And these guys, like let's say Storm Shadow, he went as slow at Big Bad. From what I remember, he's still available now, but there was a time where he was like $90. Very, very cheap and affordable. So is it possible that these guys would hit that mark? Maybe. You know, I still see Firefly out there, Roadblock. Those guys are in my radar as well. I'm waiting for the right opportunity. The thing with Threezero is this. Their value never really goes up. It's very rare. You might see Berserk or maybe Daryl Dixon or some old figures out there. But for the most part, because they're not sought after, even though I do love the franchises that they tackle. Even Breaking Bad, the Breaking Bad figures with Walter White, and I don't think they're that expensive, honestly, in the aftermarket. I mean, I do have those figures. Not that I do care about, you know, the value of those guys, because I never sold them anyway. I got like, I still have, and I don't have any plans on selling them. But of course, you know, at some point, if you want to move on from them, you kind of want to get your money back, because you don't really use them as much, but you won't get that from Threezero. So with them, my strategy is always, I want to get them at a discount, so that if I, you know, plan on creating space or moving on from them, at least I don't lose too much money. Although it's hard, let's just put it this way, it's hard to move Threezero if you are planning to upgrade or create some space. So if you buy them, you better like those figures. But these two guys right here, I think they both look good. The accessories that they come with looks beautiful, especially Destro. He comes with a lot of accessories, lots of weapons here. He even had that attach case where it does contain, I don't even know what it contains, but it just looks great. One thing maybe they could have added is a light up eyes, perhaps, but I think that's asking too much for the price tag that it comes with. Now, if you're new with Threezero, you gotta keep in mind they don't come with bases. None of their figures come with base, so you be prepared to even have a custom base or buy those. And this is what I do. I bought those generic crotch grabber, the black ones. I think that's more than enough for these guys. I don't need to, you know, buy a custom. I mean, that's totally up to you if you want to. You get the Mars briefcase here, which is beautiful. I don't know what's inside. So now this is not based off the movie. This is based off the cartoon back in the 80s, which I personally do love. It looks great. Cobra, I mean, Cobra Commander, I know Sideshow tackled this years back. And if you guys are familiar, I think this Go Hastings back in the day before they closed out. They made a massive sale with this G.I. Joe sideshow figures, and they were going for like $90. I was kicking myself. I should have picked that up, but now I got a second chance, because one thing with those sideshow figures back in the day, and I don't know about now because I haven't had a sideshow figure in like forever, their bodies is not that great. Again, I don't know about now, but back then, their bodies are not, you know, proportion-wise, the articulation, it's not that great. So I would trust Threezero more compared to the sideshow one back. But if you have the sideshow Cobra Commander, I don't know if you need to even get this one. You might not, you know, that might be perfect enough. One thing I would say about sideshow back in the day, though, is they made a bunch of diorama figures that looks diorama pieces that complements this G.I. Joe like that. There was a time where they had Snake Eyes' dog, I forgot his name, and then there's like a rubble of whatever, like wall or something, and then they do have his throne. I hope Threezero tackles that. I highly doubt it, that Cobra throne. Sideshow back then does have this base where it's like the Cobra's, the Commander's sign, those Cobra things, and it has some storage at the bottom. That is pretty cool. You know, I don't know how, maybe you can find it on eBay, but back then, they were pretty much giving it away, because it was back then spectacular. I think it's like $15 with $10 rewards code back, something like that. You know, things that I would buy now that I didn't buy back in the day, you know. But you got the second chance, man. You got this Threezero. And again, I'm perfectly happy with my Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. I want to add more to them, waiting for a good sale on the other items. But these guys, I don't know if I can wait that long, because they're a pretty significant part of that cartoon back in the day. Even the movies nowadays, Destro and Cobra Commander did a great, you know, a big part on the movie. So I don't know, it's gonna take a lot of willpower for me to hold off for a good sale. But let me know in the comments, are you guys gonna pick this up? Are you excited for this? Or, you know, kind of it's Threezero, you know, for their price, $300 for both, not bad. That's like a price of a Hot Toys nowadays. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about these two figures? Love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.